Hey, my name's Maddie. This is a tutorial on how the fuck I built this. So, initially, I just bought a Sonny online, obviously, whatever. I got, I think the Animal series. I don't have a recording of me doing it because it was very loud, but I got a Dremel, shaved off the head and like made it smooth because I think I got the horse one. So basically from the beginning, you probably have to smooth the head down unless you want to just add on top of that. And then here you see I am using, I don't think I show the product, but it is a nail sculpting tool. It is used for like gel nails that you put in like the UV thing to harden them. I am sculpting out Vanilla's hair. I don't really show a good angle because I set the camera up and I was just kind of watching her stream for a while. It took me about like 4 hours to do the whole thing, but that's also because I was going like really into detail with it. So you take the UV like gel, sculpt it onto the head, make sure it's a rough surface because it doesn't really stick to just the smooth Sonny like as is. So even if you just take like a buffer, just like buff it up a little bit and then it can work. If you're going to do what I did and paint it, you're gonna want to cure it a couple times just to make sure to be like positive that it is a solid shell and like smooth enough that the paint won't leave like clumps on it or whatever. I also have on the left side you can see that I have like sculpting tools that I used to sculpt out her curls and then add texture to the hair. You don't have to do this step. I did. See here, I'm just checking it out to make sure it works. You can't see it. I keep showing the fucking camera, but you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm just adding more layers on top of it. It's literally basically just like clay. It doesn't stick to your hands, luckily. I can add the link in the description to which one I used. I'll add all of the stuff in the description actually. So I just bought some silicone like sculpting tools. Here you can see that I'm adding like more texture and recooking it. You really don't have to go into as much depth as I did. I just wanted to have texture on her hair because it was a slick back and there wasn't really much to do. For the Sonny just in general, it does take a while, so make sure you have just all of your stuff, get a little snack, have a drink, because it does take a minute to like get it where you want to. At the same time, it could also take you literally 2 seconds. I'm just a perfectionist and I wanted it to be really good for the vanilla. Here you can see I'm just choosing another picture and how I want to like angle it, and like I'm drawing out exactly where I want her dress to sit because I didn't say this in the beginning. I'm sculpting the Sonny to be vanilla from the Fortnite after party event, I believe it was. Just drawing out the lines and like how far down the body I want to go and where exactly I want to put the sculpting putty. Again, can't see it because I have a like $40 camera. But literally this putty I would say is by far the best thing that I've used to make these. Literally slap it on it and mold that shit into place. Can't even lie, it is that easy. This is my, I think, second time doing it. The first time I did it just for a friend. This time I'm wanting to obviously do it for vanilla. But it is the easiest fucking thing to use. Basically plug and play, even though it's not an electronic. Throughout this whole video, I don't show great angles, so again, really do apologize for that. But here I am just sculpting out the back piece, I believe, to match around the wings because I wanted to keep those incorporated. Yeah, horrible angles, my bad. But I'm just sculpting the back part, making it so it's still on the Sonny. You can see a little bit of the detail, but it's not protruding enough that it's going to be like in the way. I showed it there for a second, but I also did the front part. I added a little bit of a lip because the part that has the buttons on it, I believe from the picture, does flap out a little bit more. Just cooking it once again here. It says to do it for like 1 round, which is normally like 30 seconds on my machine that I have, but other machines may vary. I stuck it in there like a good 2 to 3 times to make sure it was like solid enough and I wouldn't like leave fingerprints, because how I was doing it is I would do one part, cook it, add the other part, smooth it out, add like definition to certain areas, squish it through, then make sure it was sitting how I would like. Oh! Face reveal. Okay, this is me talking about what I'm doing. You can't see it because, yeah, I don't know. My camera sucks, but yeah, that's the picture I'm kind of going off for her head. I add the little curl in the front. I add the definition for her hair. Definitely can't really tell, but I wish I got a picture. There was a lot of it. It just looks white, but it does really show how I connected the two pieces and how I like blended it out with the sculpting tools. I'm using literally dollar store paint. Best option. If you have any type of paint, I vote go for it. Her dress in the picture, I couldn't tell what type it was, like what color, so I just made a light blue, and I eventually add stripes. Her hair, I just made a like as close as I could to the charcoal brown that she has. Not sure why I said charcoal. I fully meant chocolate. Disregard that. So her hair, I just did a layer of dark brown, and then I like dry brushed over top of it with a lighter brown. Her dress, yeah, here I'm making the stripe color. I just did like a shade of light blue and then a little bit of a darker blue over top, because if you look at the photo here, it has a gradient for all of them, sort of. Not really, I'm just kind of saying words now, I guess. But I wanted to add all of the little details I could. I also added the buttons in the front. I don't get a picture of that, unfortunately, because I packed it up and sent it already. But yeah, I do the buttons in the front, and then I also go in with a Sharpie and sketch on some of her tattoos. It's a really small doll, so I couldn't get all of them. And then once you're done, slap a fucking clear coat on top of it, like spray paint. I kind of just like held it outside, did like I think 3 to 4 coats of just like clear spray paint, did it enough to make sure that it wouldn't crack if it were touched. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about any of the details or anything that I may have missed, please do let me know. I will respond to all the comments. So yeah, have a good night. Take care of yourself.